Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarva dharma swarupine avatara varisthaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. That morning, he had hired a boat and invited M to accompany him to Dakshineswar. Pran Krishna on the other side is there, and he was to come to Dakshineswar. That morning, he had hired a boat, invited M to accompany him to Dakshineswar. The boat had hardly left shore when the river became choppy. M had become frightened and begged Prankrishna to put him back on the land. In spite of assurances, M kept saying, "You must put me ashore. I shall walk to Dakshineswar." And so M came on foot and found Sri Ramakrishna talking to Pranakrishna and others. Then what happens? The boat coming and going, especially Calcutta is just 50 kilometers away from the ocean. The river joins the ocean. Sometimes high tides come in ocean and the water suddenly raises to very height, sometimes 10 feet, 20 feet, 40 feet. The huge waves come and the whole thing, even the brink will be overflowing. Sometimes during the another low tide, it comes down and the flow starts because water has already gone few kilometers inside, that starts flowing down. Now, high tide and low tide, during that period, it is not normal flow. It is the ocean water coming and going away. Both will be creating huge commotion. And in normal course also, if wind comes, strong wind, it will be as if a boat is going to topple down. Such force it will be hitting. So ordinary people, especially those who do not know swimming and all, they get frightened. They see the weather condition. They will see, is there a particular period, usually, particular time of the day, waves come. So they avoid that time. In Bailurmath, when the water flows from the ocean, the pure water is taken inside. People rush to fill the water because downflow water is passing through the whole country and all dirt it is carrying. Many places sewage is connected to the river. So very dirty water will be always flowing. So they'll be waiting for the high tide to come, for the fresh sea water to come. Though it is saltish, it will be pure and clean. Maybe taste may be different. And now huge tanks are built in Bailurmath as a storage tank for the fresh water. And then it is allowed to sink down. Desalinizing is there. Then all bacteria has to be removed. Pure fresh water comes for drinking purposes. So the people use, this is very frightening if there is high tide or low tide flowing back. It will be very, it will be just toppling like wavy, it will be going. But mostly it is safe, and the boatsmen know how to steer their boats. Yam came, so they had to leave him back on the shore, and he started walking and coming to they had to go all round to a small bridge somewhere, cross that bridge and come. So many miles they have to walk. And he has come by boat and reached Ramakrishna, and is talking to Ramakrishna when Yam enters. Master to Pranakrishna. But there is greater manifestation of God in man. See, whatever be the state of mind with which we move about in the world, these saints and incarnations of God, they are in a different world, different dimension, not unrelated to this world. It is intimately related and pervading this world and universe. All jivas are pervaded by Chaitanya, the Spirit. Spirit is the adhara, the substratum of existence. Spirit is what pervades all that exists, and because of its pervasion, these things are there. Just like space being there, all things are there. If space is there, not there, there cannot be any object. Mirror is being there, there is image. If mirror is not there, there cannot be an image at all. Like that, God being there, all these are there. God is not there, then nothing exists. So here, but Sri Ramakrishna, whenever you see, wherever you see, he is in the spiritual world giving, pouring out love and spiritual message. He is telling knowledge, jnana, bhakti, and how to live in the world, karma, how to do the karma without getting stained, and every karma must be the cause of your evolution. How to do it, Sri Ramakrishna goes on telling. But there is a greater manifestation of God in man. You may ask, how is it possible for God to be incarnated as man who suffers from hunger, thirst, and other traits of an embodied being, and perhaps also from disease and grief? The reply is, even Brahman weeps entrapped in the snare of 5 elements. Sri Ramakrishna is answering. It is Chaitanya, eternal. Just see at the core and beyond. Enter the 10th door and see what are you. Take inward journey. Leave all the layers, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. Then enter the 10th door, you will see you have entered into eternal existence, infinite existence of bliss and bliss alone. Ananda Sagara. There you enter. That Ananda Sagara, where is it? Behind this body somewhere. Within this body somewhere. I can't see, I cannot experience. But it is there. It is trapped. It is covered by, like clouds covering sun. Can clouds cover sun? Sun is unimaginable dimension. You can keep hundreds of thousands of earth on that. Such a vast object. Can a patch of cloud cover that? Yes, it covers. Suddenly sunshine stops. You don't see the sun at all. Especially in rainy season, you can see thick clouds, dark clouds during mid noon. When sun is fully shining, they have covered the sun. What they have covered is not sun, your eyesight from the sun. So you are not able to see the sun. That doesn't mean sun is not just behind the cloud, it is there. Not limited by cloud. Cloud is a small patch covering my vision to be able to see the sun. Like that is, sun is entrapped in this external cover and is hidden. Like that my spiritual existence, this small bodily existence is covering and hiding my spiritual existence. And this is the ignorance of jnana. But there is greater manifestation of God in man. You may ask, how can the God incarnate as human and suffer, undergo all these sufferings and all that? He says, when entrapped in bodily existence, he passes through all these, but he need not be affected by it like a man who identifies with the body. He is inside the body, even otherwise in all bodies he is there as Antaryamin, he is not affected. We jivas who have identified with body as myself, till enlightenment, we undergo all the pains and pleasures of the body as my own pain because of identity. When I sleep, I don't have any pain in the body which is there. I don't experience, nor I say I have pain. I have separated from body. So, like that, trapped in the 5 elements, body made up of 5 elements, the weeps. Do you know how Rama had to weep, stricken with grief for Sita? Further it is said that Lord incarnated himself as sow, that is, boar, wild boar. So, in order to kill the demon Hiranyaksha, Hiranyaksha was eventually killed, but the god would not go back to his abode in the heaven. He enjoyed his soul's life. He had given birth to several young ones and was rather happy with them. The gods and among themselves, what does this mean? The gods said among themselves, what does this mean? The Lord does not care to return to heaven. They all went to Shiva and laid the matter before him. Shiva came down, urged the Lord to leave the soul body and return heaven, but soul only suckled her young ones, laughter. Then Shiva destroyed the soul body with his trident, and Lord came out laughing aloud and went back to his abode, his own abode. How that when you are there in that particular state, you experience. Just like we, however much pain be there in the body, if I sleep off, I don't experience even a little of that pain. It is there in the body. I have separated. I am deep sleep. I am in dream state. I am not experiencing the bodily pain. But once I wake up, immediately I identify totally with this physical body, and this pain in the body, I say, I have pain. There, he doesn't, no more says, my body is paining. Pain is there in my body. No. I am suffering. I am experiencing. I have pain. Just because of identification. Like that. But when asleep, I don't have pain. When I am in deep sleep, second stage, I am one with God. But that pure Shuddha Chaitanya, when projecting and pervading the physical body, experiences that pain and pleasure. Like that, when God incarnates, unlike us, He is not, He is experiencing all that, but independent of thee. He exists as a witness also. He participates, driven by his own power, his own Shakti is making Yoga Maya, is making identify and play the role of a incarnation. And he really experiences like we experience, but it doesn't affect. Now you throw a stone in a pond, throw a same stone in a ocean. What difference it makes you see? What effect it has on water surface, same it has got. But the vastness, the waves go in no time, the whole thing subsides. Here because quantity is less, it goes on oscillating to and fro, to and fro. The same effect, same stone you are thrown in a tank and in an ocean. Ocean waves just expand and go away. Endlessly, it's just one or two jumps and everything is subsided because waves do not come back. It's vast. Here, the waves go and come back, make it commotion. So, it is same thing both are experiencing, but the dissolution and its calmness is retained within, and that calmness is projected forward. Here calmness is hidden, covered and not to be seen. Lot of difference it creates. So like that, God also experiences pain when it becomes an incarnation. Man also experiences the same pain. He also weeps, but his weeping never ends. His weeping ends. Within few, he is weeping, but from inside there is the lordship. There is that calmness. On the calmness surface, he is weeping. And in peace, he is fighting. Fighting is going on, but on the surface of peace. We don't have that inner peace to fight with peace. The moment my fighting begins with anybody, the peace is stolen away. It is completely covered. I am in great tension and next moment, when joy comes also, I react. So this doesn't happen with the experience, but background is different. That is eternal, unchanging. This is constantly changing. Till enlightenment, this constantly changing entity in between me and Chaitanic existence disappears. the sheath of ignorance goes away. The enlightened soul is also suffering, but he is a silent witness of the three bodies and three states of existence. In waking, he knows what is happening in dream state and deep sleep. When he is in dream state, he knows his body is lying, he can witness his body lying down in the waking state. And deep sleep, what is happening. When he is in deep sleep, he can see the body lying down in the waking state of the waking state. The dream state has ended with mind and just keeping the memory. And deep sleep, what is he? All the three states he becomes witness. And you see him weeping, laughing, moving about, all things are going on, but he is independent of those enlightened. Independent of the three bodies, but when incarnation is suffering or doing, it is universal background. There are two aspects there. One is, he is a witness, and as we enlightened souls suffers, he alone suffers. He alone is free from all things, his existence. When God is witnessing his bodily weeping, he is one with all jivas. All jivas, he is there, pervading them, and each jiva's suffering is experiencing, joy is experiencing. He may be witness of his own bodily existence, externally suffering. Suppose Rama, Sita, he has lost, and weeping and going about. Do you think his other aspect, pervading all jiva, including Sita, is not there? Simultaneously, he is there with all jivas and experiencing their joys and sorrows also, and witness of his own bodily. His body is suffering. On one side is what witness he experiences, he is witness of all the jivas simultaneously. An enlightened soul is witness of his own Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti and his own three bodies. When God incarnates, his witness not only of his bodily existence, but within the part which is witness, is witnessing all other jivas also. And lordship he is having. So, Pran Krishna, sir, what is anahata sound? Anahata shabda. Ahata, anahata. Ahata is there is a striking and it creates a sound. Ahata, hit, either hitting on the drum or a string is pulled and left. It makes sound. Blow like flute, it makes sound. Blowing makes sound. String, plucking the string gives sound. Beating gives the sound. The three types of sounds. Bell, it's ringing. Drums are beaten. These are all percussion instruments, string instruments, and then blowing instruments. Harmonium, the flute and all belong to the blowing, air being blown. So this is ahata, all these sounds we hear with our physical ear is ahata, some kind of hitting is there. Anahata, no hitting anywhere, but sound is coming. Anahata. He is asking, what is that Anahata Shabda? Master, it is a spontaneous sound constantly going on by itself. It is the sound of Pranava, Om. It originates in the Supreme Brahman and is heard by the yogis. People immersed in worldliness do not hear it. A yogi alone knows that this sound originates both from his navel and from the Supreme Brahman resting on the ocean of milk. Now, Sri Ramakrishna is telling it's a spontaneous sound, continuous sound. It's spontaneity, it's moving with spontaneity, constantly going on by itself. And it is sound of Pranava, Om. When we say Om, Pranava, because Rakara, Na becomes Na, Nava, new. Pranava, ever new. Billions of years pass, time doesn't work on it. It is as new and as fresh as the time has not gone, zero. Always time is zero. Then it is ever new. It is in the ever present. So this Pranava is ever new. Ever new means time is not acting on it. So this is called Pranava. What is this ever fresh, ever new, unchanging eternal reality? The absolute existence is represented, and each manifestation in it is that same Om, because that itself is presenting itself as universe. It's a projection from the absolute, and again it dissolves in it, again appears. Continuously universes are appearing and disappearing. Millions and millions of years it takes to project and go back, dissolve, again appear. So this constant, this projection is also Om. Withdrawal is also Om. What exists eternally, independent of that as it's their substratum, is also Om, Pranava. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.